Happy New Year, everybody, and welcome to Dead Zap Entertainment. Yeah, well, technically not my fault, your guys' fault, but regardless, I hope you guys had a great New Year and all that other stuff. But there was just there were some things online on my mind that I really wanted to talk about because I thought I asked this question when I made my other videos previously, but I guess I didn't. And of course, it was really difficult to hear me because I was very, very depressed. I'm still depressed, but it's- I'm just kind of like numb to the pain at this point. Uh, is basically the how it's going is right now. Matter of fact, my December has been downright terrible, and I'm kind of glad it's over. But I hope you guys had a better December than I did. You guys can put it down in the comments on how your December has gone, how your Christmas has gone. Uh, if anybody's even watching, because honestly, I get the feeling that nobody watches my videos anyways. But I still wanted to say something, even if people are not listening. I thought I asked the question, should I do you guys want me to continue writing or whatever on my Zap Entertainment um and stuff, and I thought I asked that question, but I guess I didn't. So I'm gonna ask again, what do you guys think of my books? You know, do comments, no likes, just please comment on what you think about my stories, because I want to hear you guys' opinion on should I continue, should I keep going. It's kind of like that song from Stranger Things, although I'm pretty darn sure it's an original song. I'm just not sure. Should I stay or should I go? With should I continue writing or should I stop? Is the question. And I don't want to hear you guys say, "Oh, that's up to you," because I don't fucking, that I don't want to hear that garbage because honestly, I've been writing for the sake of, providing entertainment for you guys in some sort of way. I do not have. I may not have a reactor, but there is the small possibility of of me just using my uh, audio, my Byakugan or whatever the fuck it's called to read back. Uh, it would be a very boring video because it would just be me, copying pasting the words onto the program and pressing play every now and then, and that would be like the whole video until it gets all the way to the end. There would be no reaction, no thing. It would just be the book at that point because I have no more reactors. I have no more friends. Uh, Pretty much everybody has abandoned me. I have very little family, and they don't give a shit about my writing that much. Uh, and even though I could get my mom to edit my books, I don't think it would really matter because this is my issue of not wanting to go back to writing is that I feel like there's no point of going back to writing, even though I enjoyed writing the Party series and Battle Quest series as well, because both of those books I had more fun than anything else. Now, that doesn't mean that books like Music Girl, which was the reason why Gun Kid has completely abandoned me, was like something terrible for me. I did kind of find it kind of tedious to write, but at the same time, I liked what Music Girl stood for. And for that reason, I would continue writing her stories, at least the Music Girl series, if I decided to go back to writing. But that's not up to me anymore. That's up to you on what you think I should do because like I said, it's for you and not for my own benefit. Because when I write, because it's not like I write and just like get my own little jollies out of it. No, I actually find it kind of tedious to write. There's only very few times where I actually think it's kind of fun, and when it's fun, I only write like a few pages and I get kind of bored with it being tedious and I never finish it and never release it. So what's the fucking point of doing that if that's the way it's gonna go? You know what I mean? There's no reason for that. And there is no more hobbies, and there's nothing out there for me to go back to. And I'm not the kind of person that wants to self-empower himself because people who self-empower themselves only think themselves better than everybody else because that's the way it goes, despite what everybody tells you, even therapists tell you that because what people don't understand is that pride is like a fire or an infection. It festers and it gets bigger, and it promises you good things to make yourself feel good, to see yourself above everybody else. Because that's how that works. And I do not want nothing to part of it. That's why I prefer humility and understanding of others. But of course, that doesn't exist in society anymore because society has gone completely dead. And autistic people like myself are getting hit the hardest when it comes to the men loneliness epidemic, although I much latter prefer to call it the loneliness epidemic because it's not just men, it's everybody's affected. But however, the thing is, everybody is reacting it differently. For the women, it's more self-empowering, but the thing is, they're becoming more prideful and more unapproachable for men because they become like this, people who only think about themselves and not care about what happens to others, which is basically they're turning into evil bitches. Which obviously most men are smart enough to not deal with the evil bitches known as Karens. But for me, I just call them evil bitches because that's what they are, plain and simple. And I want nothing to do with that myself, because that's basically toxic, and nobody wants to deal with things that are toxic. So Um, honestly, the only people who are nice to us men are VTubers. But the thing is, I do have a question. Are VTubers just AI? Because they seem to be, I don't know, a little bit unapproachable unless they only respond to Patreons, perhaps. Which that's probably the case, and you need money to be part of Patreon, and I don't really have much money. Matter of fact, even when I was writing, I didn't really have much. I wasn't even if I the thing is, even though I wasn't doing it for money, I was doing it more to for the sake of wanting to be, just popular, not for money, just have, friends and people to talk to about, artwork. Because that's the kind of conversations I prefer versus anything else. But unfortunately, our society isn't designed like that. It, things are just not great. Um, but I do want to, I do want to hear an answer of should I go back to writing or not. And if I don't hear from you guys, I'm just going to assume you guys don't give a shit about me, and I'm just going to just stop writing completely, which is probably what I'm going to do because that's pretty much how I'm kind of seeing it at this point. Um, Now, to continue on to another little interesting update, I am making a brand new YouTube channel, and it's gonna be just mostly just me live streaming me playing video games because I made a mistake with my Torch 13 YouTube channel. I didn't do the resolution right for Majora's Mask, and those videos were unwatchable. It would be okay if it was just one video, but of course there's no save point in that game, so I went on the entire game not knowing that the video was no good. And there was no way of me going back, and I got to the point where I'm thinking, you know what? I'm better off just live streaming this stuff because I will never have editors, so and I really hate setting the timer over and over again. It just I don't know. So that's the thing I'm gonna do. I'm not sure if I'm gonna put a link in the description, probably not, because it's not finished. I need to get the YouTube channel together. So I may not do that. So just a quick little recap. I want to hear what you guys say about my books, and I'm making a live stream YouTube channel. That's pretty much all I have to say. And also, how was your Christmas? That's pretty much all. Just a couple of questions and some information. That's pretty much all I have to say for this video. So please like and subscribe. And this is Zerduku from Zap Entertainment, possibly signing out forever, depending on what you guys say in the comments. Bye bye.